Three nerds, one podcast, no comic required. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Oh my God, we have such a show. Too much show, you might say. We got to jam-pack this franchise
Sucker in.
together. That's right. We are talking about, okay, so surprising everyone, Tron Ares is a bomb. I can't believe it.
What?
What? How
Okay,
is it
no,
possible?
I am legitimately surprised about that.
Really?
But Legacy was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It
great.
may have been a
but
bomb,
nobody
but it
agrees
was
with that.
awesome.
Right, but they also thought it was boring, and they hated it, and it made like no money.
Yeah. So who would be these legions of fans of that movie? If there were such legions, that movie would have done better. You know,
Yeah.
like we're a minority, unfortunately.
Yeah, the only thing that
Yeah.
might have gotten more people to see Tron Ares is the Jared Leto factor, which, as we know, is actually an albatross as
Not a
opposed to a
thing,
factor. Like
Yeah.
it's a disaster. In fact,
Should we say get morbed again?
yeah, I
Get
think that
morbed across the internet.
Tron got morbed. I'm looking forward to seeing Masters of the Universe because, of course, Jared Leto's playing
No.
Skeletor.
Well,
I know.
okay.
I'm like, it is. You got. I don't know when Masters comes out, but let me tell you something, guys. You
I
got
didn't
time.
even know it was coming out.
At least I wanted to see his stupid face. Hopefully.
Right? Just carve him out. Just cut him right out of the movie.
No, there's going to be like a pre-Skeletor sequence where you see
Yeah,
Jared
where you-
There is
Leto kind of
absolutely
turn into
no
one.
way they didn't pay for Jared Leto to not show his dumb Morbius face. So yeah, they're definitely gonna make like a pre-Skeletor.
Yeah.
But
He might even
anyway.
be Jared Leto the entire movie, and he's only Skeletor at the end.
Dude, I think this Masters Universe movie might actually be kind of like a Hook-esque movie where like they gotta go get He-Man out of the real world and bring him back
Mhm.
to Eternia. So like this could be like Skeletor has gotten a face and it's Jared Leto. And then at the end, like he fights He-Man, like his face comes off, and then it's, Skeletor for real.
Kind of like Boy in Little Monsters.
Sure, that could possibly be what it's like. If I had seen Little Monsters, I might agree with you.
If I had
But
any idea what you were talking about, sure.
is a fantastic.
Don't worry, there's 2 people watching this who get my reference.
That is a fantastic transition to our actual main topic of today, because apropos of Tron's failure, I thought grab a forgotten or failed IP and revive it. Like, give me the Tron Legacy or Tron Ares treatment. Sans Leto. I think we have to
Right.
assume Leto will be involved, obviously, but like, but like, think
There's always
about,
a risk.
Do I have to have that for my pitch?
Absolutely not. No, Tron. Leto doesn't really have to be there. But I'm just thinking, like, Tron is such a weird movie that Disney's insisting on making, and it's like,
Mhm.
guys, I'm sorry. Like, I remember when Tron Legacy was announced, I'm like, I don't know about that. And we saw it; it was amazing, but also we were
work.
right. Like, it didn't
Yeah.
work out. What other
But
movies?
Here's the thing. Okay, so yes, Tron Legacy was a failure, but the soundtrack is
Financially.
amazing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
movie looks amazing, and
Yeah, there
they
were
made a ride
successes.
for it at Disney.
Yes,
Mhm.
and it's the best
Yeah.
ride I've ever been on. No, Tron is in every way but financially a success
Mhm.
in terms of Tron and Tron Legacy. Tron
Well,
Legacy,
critically, it also was not well.
yes, they didn't like
received.
it. I don't know what the
So,
hell's that's all about.
Financially and critically, it is not a success. But every other regard,
Yeah, well, and the critical thing, that's subjective. You could just say like,
True.
oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about, But
Yeah.
but there are other movies where Hollywood makes another one or tries to do a legacy sequel, and you go, it's not going to work, and then it
Right.
invariably doesn't. Blade Runner, for example, famously didn't do well.
Did not
Was a
do well.
huge release, but also critically,
mean,
financially unsuccessful.
Another Jared Leto one, by the way.
Oh my God, you're right.
One of the few cases
Yeah, but
where
he
I don't
wasn't the
actually
main
mind it.
character.
He was
No,
not the
he
main
wasn't-
character.
Well, he's not an
He was in it
Ares
for, like,
either, is
what,
he? I
10
don't even
minutes?
No,
know.
he's the protagonist of Ares.
Oh, I thought he was like
Yeah.
a bad guy.
No, he's the
Okay.
main character. You're rooting
Oh.
for him in that movie.
No, that's a mistake.
Yeah,
I
never root for Jared
agree.
Leto.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
make him Skeletor.
Even in Lords of War, like, you feel bad for Jared Leto, but you're also like, you're blowing this thing, man.
Right. It's your fault. You can blame it a little bit on him. But yeah, so what other movies I actually mentioned this topic to the gentleman before you earlier, kind of give them a chance to think of a couple of options for like what would be your Force Awakens for like a abandoned or forgotten 80s property. I have a few that I was like, here's something you could try, but I really tried every single one that I wanted to do had at some point a sequel. The first one that
This
came to
is
me
the
was
thing.
Blade Runner. I was like, "Oh my god, Blade Runner! Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's right, they did make
Oh,
a
they
sequel,
did that.
and it's great."
It is great. It
But
is awesome.
it
I love
didn't
that movie.
didn't
Did not do
succeed.
well. Arguably, nobody thought it would. I don't know that once you saw the budget, you were like, "Oh, well, that's not
Oh
gonna
well, you're
work."
never gonna make that back.
That's like a passion project, or they owed, Ridley
Someone a
Scott
favor.
something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't
No, it wasn't
Aquaman
Ridley Scott. It
circa
was
2018. It's not gonna make $1 billion.
yeah. You know who made that movie, by the way?
Yeah,
It was
Villeneuve, right? Like
yeah,
Dune. Yeah,
Dune. Yeah,
yeah,
Dune guy.
Dune guy. Another
Dune
movie.
That's why it's
guy.
awesome. He's great.
Yeah, another one where I'm like, stop making Dune movies. You're never gonna make that money back. Somehow, I think the Dunes are doing well, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
At least the first one. I don't know about the second one. I think it
I
did.
don't know. I haven't seen.
I
the
haven't
second
seen the second one yet, and I kind of don't care because after watching the
Yeah.
first one again, I'm like, yep, this is just the same movie. Got it.
one. Yep. Nope. I don't care about
Same movie as what, the David Lynch one?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
hey, hi Hollywood. I don't give a crap about Dune, and I never will.
Well, that was a damn shame because
I know you're a big
Dune was
Dune
great. I love
booster.
Dune, especially the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
Ethan,
you
what's
have
your
any?
pitch for a failed
I
franchise or a franchise that needs a reboot?
Yeah.
I don't know.
fresh coat of
I
paint.
don't know if I have the parameters correct, but the one that I would do, like, it's very similar to Tron Legacy in that I loved it. Dread.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
try Dread again? If we're trying
Yes.
Tron Legacy again,
It's weird, right? Because like, it's not like Dread was a $600 million mistake where it has like epic Lord of the Rings fights. No, they did the thing. They did everything right. They were like, put it in a box.
mm-hmm.
You
Save
know,
as much money as possible.
save as much money as possible. There's 2 judges. Then they went, oh crap, we have some extra suits. Okay, we can have 5 more judges. They show up for a second. But
Yeah.
like every third scene is the same effing wall of the hallway. Dread
It's easy
is
to film. The
Yeah.
the
Every
plot
penny.
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's contained and it works for the world that's built in.
Exactly.
Yep.
But also it is cleverly arranged story-wise to be a tight movie. That said, budget $50 million.
I didn't
was
realize it was that low.
That low, but
Oh.
also kind of that high. Like I was
Well,
like, it's a
I
little
mean,
high.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it feels like a big budget movie. So the fact
Yeah.
that they got it that low,
Yeah.
and also that it failed anyway.
Yeah, it
is,
made
like,
$41
devastating.
million.
Because everyone had
Oh.
a sour taste in their mouth from the previous Dread movie, and I get
Or they
You
that.
think it
just
was the
didn't
Judge
know what
Dredd?
a
You think it
Dredd
was
was.
Stallone's Dread that made Dread look
For older people,
bad?
maybe.
Yes.
For young people, I think it's just like I don't know what a Dread is,
Right.
and the marketing just didn't work for them. I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's like an 80s action movie, but like way too late. So like that era had passed where the trailer would be enough to get people in. People would see that trailer and be like, "What is this?"
Well, but it's also just
What is
the
this movie?
raid, which was also very sexy and successful at that
The
point.
raid? What's the raid?
What's the raid?
What are you talking about? You're saying things like I know what that is,
The
or I should know
Raid-
what that is, and I've never heard of it. So
The Raid was a very influential Indonesian action movie, which is what's Raid about? It's
Oh.
Dread, but without an IP character in it.
Right.
Okay.
It's just like it's a
Dude goes into
building that you
building,
take
goes
over.
up the building, kills the guy at the top of the building.
Right. Okay, but we're not talking about like a blockbuster that I somehow missed.
No, but it
It's
was
just
like
really
it was
well-known.
it's a cinephiles phenomenon. Like
Sure,
people
right.
were like, "Oh, the Raid!" Like the Raid affected like the Daredevil show. Like that's how influential the
right,
Raid
right.
was.
That's like people
Sure.
saying like, "Oh, Pi is a masterpiece." Like The Raid is one of those like cult classics where if you've seen it, you're like, "Oh, I get it."
Well, and
Right.
but unlike Pi, the Raid actually did affect other movies as opposed to
I feel
Pi
like the
being
Pie
a
probably did,
I'm
like
sorry.
within the film community.
You know what? I was thinking of Life of Pi.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh yeah, no, nobody cares about that.
absolutely
No.
not.
Yes, I'm sorry. The Darren Aronofsky movie.
Yeah.
From the 90s. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Pi was yes. Ben, your analogy is right on. I'm so sorry.
The
But
Raid,
yeah,
That's okay.
Pie.
I would love to
similar,
see. Yeah, I would love to see more Dread. Do you?
I don't know, because the problem is like I would want to go bigger, but like you can't
But
because
there's no way.
it's already small and it already didn't work. So like my pitch would cost too much money and would never exist. So I don't know.
I
I
understand.
don't have a pitch. I do not have a specific pitch. I just want Carl Urban, like,
Hey,
To be
you don't
Dredd
have to
again.
have a pitch for it. That's
He's
just a
still
franchise
alive.
that you want to see rebooted.
True.
Or
It's true.
get a sequel.
Or yeah,
Or
carry
a
over.
show. Maybe that's the pitch. Maybe the pitch is like, it never was going to really work as a movie. Like, you want the show. You want to
Yeah.
get into the whole world building, aspect of it.
I
The funny
entirely
thing is-
disagree with that.
Really?
Yep.
Not
I
a
do
not
not
a
want-
multi-season show. Maybe 2 seasons max.
Yeah. The
I
funny thing
don't
is,
want the street crimes. I don't want,
You don't
we
want the
have
Judge
this arc of
Dredd.
a thing. I want just Dredd again. I want Dredd to happen, but it's
I just want the
bigger in the
same
city
plot.
now. It's a
Okay.
multi-story or a multi block arc.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, but you could do that in a show. Like, one season
could.
covers like one conflict with one criminal organization,
yeah.
and then in season 2 you do all the crazy international stuff that's in the books that we don't, know
Yeah.
anything about because we haven't seen.
Right. It's so funny because like they almost did make a show. It was called Mega City 1 and they were working on it. And originally they were working on it
That sounds familiar.
irrespective of
Right.
Dredd. And then like Carl Urban heard about it and he's like, me? And they were like, I mean, yes. And then nothing. So, but again,
Damn it.
Mega City 1, no. I'm not here to watch other judges. I'm here to watch that one judge
Well, yeah,
named
but-
Dredd be awesome. But
Yeah,
again,
but it would be about him.
right. Well, it
That's
should
just a
be.
name to like trick people into
Well-
not realizing it's about Dredd. So like, oh, what's that? Mega City 1.
Yeah. And then
Nah, gotcha.
gotcha.
it's
It's a Dredd sequel. It's a 9-hour Dredd sequel, which
Yeah.
I mean, again, like I agree with Ben that like I just want movies again. But on the other hand, the
I've
way
been
to trick
captured.
Hollywood into spending like $300 million on a Dredd sequel without knowing it is to make it a show.
That's the thing. And the thing about it is more cost effective in a certain way because you're getting a whole lot of more hours of filming out of all the crap that you do, all
Yeah.
the people you hire, all the shit you build. Like, you're just using it more
Right.
and getting more content out of
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Right. Instead of a movie where they just rip it all down the day after they're done, they shoot in an area for 3 days, they destroy everything, and you never get to see it again.
Right.
And you get 2 hours out of that of content. So to me, like, a show might be more
Like cost effective,
cost
technically, like
effective, right?
or justifiably,
Yeah, in terms of like money spent per like hour of content,
consumed.
it's gonna be way cheaper than a movie, right?
Yeah.
I can see
But
that.
still look as good as the movie, right?
Mhm.
More
No,
efficient.
sure. Yeah.
That's
Ben?
what I want. I want the quality, and that's
That's
I think
fair.
you get that with the show.
Yeah, I want
So I
something as
had-
good as Yeah.
So I had 3 ideas.
Okay.
One of them was Dredd.
Nice.
So I'm on
Yay.
board with this.
That-
Absolutely
that's-
100%.
Yeah.
The second one, Gremlins.
Nice.
I want to see
Yeah.
another
Oh.
Gremlins movie, and I want it to be like the first Gremlins movie.
Oh.
I want it to be a quasi horror movie where it's like a creature
Mhm.
flick. I
Mhm.
don't
Right.
want it to be goofy unless there's like a very slight silly element, but it has to be serious. It has to be scary. And I don't want like Bloomhouse gore. I don't
No.
want anything where it's like, oh, this is what we do now. I
Right.
want it to be similar to the original. I want it to be a
Hmm.
good holiday movie, but scary.
Yeah. Do you go CG Gremlins or do you go old school puppets?
Oh, puppets.
I mean,
100%.
The puppets
say
are the
both.
charm. You have to go puppets, but also like that there's going to be a hard fought argument at the studio level of like we could just CG these Gremlins.
Yeah.
Here's the
what
thing.
you're gonna
If
you're
you
gonna
want to
get-
CG a portion or a scene or a particular act that they do, knock
Yeah.
yourself out. But there should be a lot of practical effects in this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get one puppet of each gremlin that does like one thing. And they're like, that's it. We're not
Yeah.
making like 7 of each puppet like they must have done for the original, so that they could have them do all crazy different stuff.
Mhm.
Like you get one puppet.
Yeah. My
So
dude,
you
I
gotta
mean, I've wanted a Gremlins 3 since Gremlins 2. And the closest thing we got, and Ben, I'm surprised that you haven't seen it, is the Mugwai cartoon. Because they made, like, within the last few years, a
Mhm.
series about the Gremlin lore. It's a period piece series that
Period piece being like what? Back to
yeah, which period?
ancient
uh,
Japan?
Like Imperial
yeah,
Japan
like
or
ancient,
something?
no
or
China, but like yes,
China,
it's
yeah.
ancient
China,
China.
okay.
Yes, it's set in
Nope.
it's actually set in the 1920s, but it's in
Oh, okay.
Shanghai, and it tells the story of like how the shopkeep got the Mugwai and
Tells a story that nobody asked
that
for and
no
no
one
one could
wanted or
possibly
asked
care
for.
about.
Absolutely not.
But like it had it had George Takei and BD Wong and Ming Na Wen and a lot of great actors in it. It was a very Asian forward show, and no one watched it. It
I only know about it because you told
I
me about
mentioned it.
it.
Yeah, it came out
Yeah.
2 years ago. I was like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I was like, I remember the guy who was pushing it, who had been developing it, used to follow me on Twitter, and so as a result, like I used to follow him, so I'd see him, and he's been working on this thing for no less than 5 or 10 years, trying to get this Mugwai show going, and I'm like,
Ugh,
dude, you know what? Like, more power to you. Get Mugwai going, and he did. But
I guess
you know,
persistence pays off,
sometimes,
apparently.
Yeah, but except
man,
for the audience.
yeah. But I've
Well,
won. I
yeah,
mean,
it
like,
pays off for him, not for
oh
anybody
no,
else.
no, no, no.
I
But
mean,
like,
I'm sure there's an audience for that. There's
and it
probably,
was
like, a dozen people who wanted that,
yeah, it
you
was
know?
kid focused, so it was like a,
Yeah.
like the Jurassic Park kids show on Netflix.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, I've seen
that's
that.
one of the reasons I don't want this.
Yeah, no, I know, I know.
Yeah.
I want to give homage to Ben's suggestion of actually making like an actual spiritual successor to the first Gremlins, where it's like
Yeah.
because Gremlins 1 is it's almost a horror movie, but it doesn't have the cynicism of like 80s horror movies from the time, which is why like you see
Right.
Steven Spielberg's name attached to it. Like
Mhm.
there's an undercurrent of hope and fun.
Mhm.
Like the Gremlins do kill people in that first movie though.
Right, but it's not really scary.
It's
It's a
pretty I
little
mean it's
scary.
pretty scary.
No, there are some scary
Maybe
moments
for a
in that.
child.
Like they were gonna like they in the original script, I think, for Gremlins 1, like Billy's mom blends the gremlin and blows one up in a microwave and stuff. Eventually one of them cuts her head off. Like Billy's mom dies in that scene. And it's
Yeah,
like they
that's
went, hey, how about no? Let's dial that right the hell down. Let's take the
see,
temperature
they
down a minute. Like,
yeah.
that poor
That
dog,
that
when he
makes
was
it not
strung up in
scary.
Christmas lights, like, that dog was originally dead. That scared the
Yeah.
shit out of me as a kid. But like, just the
As a
implied
kid, as
horror.
a kid, that's the thing.
It's a
Like,
scary movie as a kid. It's a scary movie as an adult. I'll be honest with you.
It has some moments where it's still really freaky. They do a good job cinematically.
Yeah. I,
yes. To
I,
me, I would compare it to Leprechaun in the level of scariness, where it's
yeah.
like there are horrifying things happening. However, the concept is so absurd that I can't be scared as
Right.
an
That
adult.
after
As
a
a kid,
certain
sure.
point in life, like after 13, it's just stupid.
Right. And then you have to make it silly so that adults can get something from it. Because I'm not going to be scared. That's for
Of the
damn sure.
leprechaun.
Of the
Yeah.
of the friggin' leprechaun
Right?
or of
Right.
these gremlins.
That being
So you got to
said,
throw in some jokes and some meta humor,
exactly.
which is
My
why I think that
pitch
movie works.
yeah, my pitch is for the leprechaun. No, I'm kidding. It's
No, it's not. You lied.
no, I never want to see another leprechaun again. But yeah, I have a few. One actually had two out of three have no sequels and no follow-ups and no adaptations ever again. The other one
Okay.
was the first idea I had, and it's the never-ending story.
What would you
Where
do?
is any follow-up after the subsequent horrible directed VHS sequels that followed the never-ending story? Yes, there are at least two other never-ending stories,
Yeah,
if not more.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
So
I
what
wanna
would you
say they
do? Would
ended
you
at
pick
3,
a
but possibly a 4th one.
would you do a Superman Returns and just act like,
Yeah.
well, the direct to VHS ones didn't happen, but the first two did happen.
Oh,
Like
no, just the first one. Just the
just the
first
first
one.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
you requel Neverending Story,
Okay.
where it's like
Okay.
the first one's the only one that matters. Bastion's an adult. You do the whole thing over again. I mean, like, and
Now
especially,
those
yeah.
movies were based on like a book, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you could just follow, you could just take
So
the
you
rest
would
of,
just do the okay.
well, because technically,
Because that's
okay,
what the
so
second one was. It was a
it was the
second like
rest of the
it
first
was the
book.
rest of the book, yeah.
Yeah.
The first book, yeah.
But
Or I guess there's
also,
multiple books, I don't even
it's
know.
awful.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
just awful.
So you just want
And
to see it done right?
no, I don't care. Just do another one. Just do more Neverending Story. I'm just saying, like,
Just anything.
I'm
I don't give
surprised
a
they didn't
shit
do
if
it.
it's bad, just do it.
No, just I got the
I don't
rights.
care
Knock
if
yourself
I
out.
don't care about the story. I just want to be there. I just
No, I'm
want to
just
be in
saying,
that
like,
world.
if I was like, if Hollywood was like, oh my god, well, obviously we have to mine the '80s for more
Mhm.
legacy sequels. What's one that anyone remembers? it's going to be never ending story, and they can
Yeah.
just and it's the easy one that no, just like how I don't care, no one's going to put up a fight over it. Like no one's going to be like, oh my god, wait, whoa, 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 you got to get the Chicken Man from Neverending Story 2 in there. Like,
Yeah, you got to get permission from the author to tell the second half of the story again. Be like,
hell
no, just make something
no,
up.
no, no. Get like the guy who played Atreyu to come back, and he'd be happy to,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah. That's.
Uh,
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, I have nothing better. I have nothing like with that. The other two, The Running Man, no sequel, no follow up, no nothing.
Aren't they doing it?
But they
There
did do a
is a
Oh
sequel.
my god, that's right. There's a remake of The Running Man right now.
I was like, what are you talking about?
oh my god, I forgot. That's right.
I know.
I saw the trailer for it. I really want to see it. It looks
It
great.
looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
would see the shit out of that
you know
movie.
what it is? There's no marketing for it. I only remember it because I saw a trailer in another
Yeah,
movie
same.
theater. Like,
Yeah, I've only
yeah,
seen
I'm looking forward to it. So good for them. Okay, so that
Okay, so they
I'm
did it.
right.
All right, wish granted.
You're right. You can't claim that you're right. Like that was
No, I was
subconsciously in
inspired
your
by
head.
that subconsciously. The other one was a movie that I only saw for the first time recently from 1985, starring River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke. It is called Explorers.
Why would you say
What?
that?
Why would you say that movie? What is Explorers?
is
Are you familiar,
weird.
Ben?
We saw that movie
I've seen
one night. Did you watch it with us? Where like me and Tiff and like we were just sat down and watched that movie. Like we were the other day. Like it was
Yes.
this year, within this calendar year. We sat down. We were like,
there.
we were just like, oh, this looks cool. 1985, River Phoenix, Ethan
Should
Hawke.
be cool.
About a bunch of kids. So here's the pitch, right? It's a couple of kids, like they're outsiders. One kid is like a monster movie expert. Like he loves, like he
So
loves
it's like
special.
Scream.
No. This is like
Okay.
this is a kid who like he loves like aliens and monsters and stuff like that. And the other
Mhm.
kid is like a cartoonish nerd, like in Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay.
Like he wears a lab coat for fun, that kind of nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically
Kind of nerd that's not real, but yeah, okay.
yeah, that's right. A nerd that existed only in movies in the 80s.
Right. Okay.
And then there's like an older
There's a third
kid.
friend.
There's a third friend who's like kind of like a rough and tumble kid who ends up like befriending them and hangs out with them. So like he's way too cool to be with. Am I conflating Explorers with Monster Squad? Am I making two movies or one movie out of two movies right now?
No, you're still right. There's three of them.
Okay, good.
And I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, no,
I
there's
wanna say
a
the third kid is also the kid from shoot, what is it?
It's Jason Presson. He was in like other stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know
something.
who that is.
Anyway,
Can we circle back to
what they do
Monster
is they
Squad for a
build-
second?
Oh yeah, Monster. Oh my God, Monster Squad.
no. We're staying on
It's
Explorers.
Like, fuck no.
Screw
I just want
Explorers.
to know
Finishing
because I never
Explorers, then we're
saw
going back to
Monster
Monster
Squad.
All right.
I just want to know about Monster Squad.
Yeah.
At any
my
point,
God.
do they say, "I guess we're just a Monster Squad," or
They
something
named
like that?
themselves Monster Squad already, and they have business cards drawn up. These children and
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
no.
sorry, we could go back now. I just wanted to get that.
So they build.
Oh,
this
wait, no, they do
trash
say it.
spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the Monster Squad.
The kid goes with the Monster Squad. Like then
Yes,
the
okay.
literal National Guard shows up. Like, who the hell are you kids? And they go, we're the Monster Squad. Anyway,
But they already have the business cards made. Like
yeah.
they were there.
So like these kids, I'm trying to remember. You know what it's like?
They build
Ben?
a trash spaceship.
It's like
And they
this
go
island
into
Earth.
it. And it's insane. And they get brought into space. Like it works. They fly into outer space.
But they
and
go
then
to
meet this-
space.
Yes, they go into space.
Well, so-
And then
okay,
this
well-
weird kid alien that they meet out there. They're like, oh, it's a baby. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
stupid.
No, the first 2/3 of this movie are freaking dope. It's you watch these three 80s kids.
Yes.
And they get this like they get like a special computer chip or something. Like they get a random piece of technology that they don't understand where it came from, but they integrate it into like
or a weird broadcast or something. I can't remember.
yeah,
what it was.
but they get like a chip. It's like this like it's like this device that they get. But one of the kids has access to like a junkyard, and so they use his junkyard stuff and they build like a spaceship. And it's just you watch these three kids spend their time building like a spaceship
A spaceship that works
that once
like it
it
would.
shouldn't work and it wouldn't work in any way, but when they
But
put
because
this
they
thing
put
on
this
it,
thing in it, it does
well
work.
and the thing that they actually end up like messing with it because the thing like creates a bubble, and they find out they can like make the bubble go places and hit things, and then they find out you can capture someone inside the bubble, and you can change the size of the bubble, and then they find out, oh, we can build a spaceship and then put the bubble around the ship, which will house us but also protect us from space, and then they
Oh.
like use the chip to
So
send
the
it to.
ship doesn't. The ship's really not functional. They're just flying through space in a bubble.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but the ship like
Where the
houses
bubble
their
is full.
computer, which they can use to hack the bubble to like tell it to go places and do things. So
Okay.
and then they end up going back to the ship, and it's so like
And you want to
amazing.
see a sequel to this movie?
I want to see a follow up to it because like the movie is because here's what's the problem with Explorers is it's so great, and then they get to they go to the ship that like called them, that like gave them the technology,
Mhm.
and they get into the ship, and it's like a crazy like alien-esque ship like from
It's like the
Ridley
inside of
Scott.
ET almost.
Yeah, it's really weird and creepy and scary, and they go in there and it's empty and it's like vacant. And they're going there, and Ethan Hawke is our like idealist. He's the kid who's always wanted to like meet an alien and see this stuff. And they go, and then like they end up like in this big room, and then a big screen appears, and like this crazy ass alien comes in, and for I want to say 5 uninterrupted minutes, Robert Picardo in a caked in alien suit
Oh
does Jim Carrey impressions unstopped for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
no!
Like they just tell him
What?
go for it. Like so
Why?
he just starts making
Because
Bugs Bunny
he's
references.
a child and
Well-
he saw Earth broadcasts.
Yeah, so like the implication is that like originally it was
Okay.
that like oh my god, this alien is effing insane, and then it turns out that like the aliens they meet are the equivalent of the explorers who ended up in the ship in the first place. So it's like we met children. So they meet a couple other aliens, and they're all horrifyingly made up. Like they are the makeup and effects are actually kind of remarkable. Like that was one of the things I was like, this looks great. I just don't want to look at it anymore because like it's like a goddamn
Okay.
Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, Act
So-
3 sort of tanks the movie.
So okay, what would you do different to make that not happen? Because
Well,
I don't
what's
want
funny
to see
is-
that unless you have a better ending.
Well, because at the end, like they have to leave and then they go home, and it's actually kind of amazing because like Ethan Hawke, that poor kid, he sees this, and you're like the movie is like this is great, but Ethan Hawke's the look on his face is so deeply disappointment. Like he's just like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, and you're like, yes, it does.
Yes, this blows. Like, be careful
Yes,
what you
I'm
wish
sorry,
for.
Ethan
Like,
Hawke.
sometimes it's not about the journey, or sometimes it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. You
The
know what I
journey.
mean?
Usually, it's about the journey.
And it
yeah.
really was about explorers. So, like with explorers,
That's why
you
it's
just
called Explorers and not like weirdo alien shit.
yeah, it's not like 10 or a disappointing 20-minute third act.
It's like they didn't know where it was going. The people who made that movie were enchanted by the idea of exploration.
Yeah,
They didn't know how to end it, and so you got that. But that's why I
Yeah.
say, like, okay, you got to pitch me the good ending because
Right.
I don't
Well,
want
no,
a
how you end
movie
it?
well, you
that's
Ethan
like that
Hawke
one
doesn't
where you
go
don't know.
home. The other
Right.
kid does.
yes,
That's how you end that movie. Being like, all right, well, we have to go home. No, I found what I want, and
Yeah.
I want this to continue. And Ethan Hawke leaves. And you know what the sequel is? 20 years later, he comes back to Earth.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's. I mean, what's
but
funny
then what
is
happens?
so like. Well, hang on a second because like there's also Dick Miller's in it. And he's great, and he plays this like cop or something that's been chasing the kids the whole movie.
Mhm.
And there's a
Mhm.
heavy implication, but they don't get a chance to actually pay it off because the movie was stolen from the director while it was being made because they're like, you're over budget and you're over time. The movie is done. This is it, which is why it's so which is why the last act is so excruciating.
Okay, they were just like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you have done is done, and that's the
Hey,
movie.
hey,
Yeah.
finish it.
You got,
Well, they
you
didn't
got like
say finish it. They
$50
said
to finish
they
it.
said you're done, and they just took it. So like Dick Miller's this character who's seemingly an antagonist, but then at the end it turns out like you know, they fly away. And he's like, good for you, kids. Like, oh, the aliens contacted him like 50 years prior. So like these aliens keep doing this. Like there's like a cycle of kids being contacted by kid aliens from like, so you just do it again, you know? Like Ethan
Right.
Hawke
Sure.
reaches out to kids, or you know, either Ethan Hawke leaves or he doesn't, but like, you know, River Phoenix's kids have, you know,
Hmm.
become friends and they make an alien ship and the whole thing starts all over again. I mean, it's just an opportunity to you know, redo the alien thing, make it a little less
Right.
disappointing, and
So
maybe a little
it
more.
would be a kids movie or a family movie.
I would Tron Legacy it, where it's like, because Tron is like, Tron and Tron Legacy don't look the same at
No,
all.
they do
They
not.
are night and day. Like
No,
you watch Tron Legacy, you're like,
no.
Well-
whoa, Tron must be freaking awesome.
And that's the thing, is that it was the technology at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like
exactly.
Tron at the time was mind blowing.
It was
It
mind blowing,
was,
but it was
yeah.
also
But they also changed the visual style quite a bit.
yeah, and it's also
They went
agonizingly boring.
way, yeah.
But
Yes.
like,
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah, the
went
plot
much
is
more
horrible for
modern, and I
Tron.
get
Yeah.
that. But at the same time, like, no, I'd say it rings true to what original Tron was.
yeah, that's
I mean, they use enough things. Like they have the light cycles,
They have the
the
lore.
big ships and stuff, and
Yeah,
it
the
is like
recognizers,
neon
yeah.
colors. But the color palette they do so drastically differently. Like it's like the dominant color becomes black,
yeah,
and in the first movie it was like white.
it was white. Yeah, yeah,
So it's like it looks sinister, but
Exactly.
it does have the same like futuristic color highlight type
yeah.
thing going on.
But
My
think
point
about
being-
it, because everything in that movie at that time was like color cleansed. It had this whole palette thing that was done to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's all,
it's
like,
not going
washed
to look
out.
the same,
No.
but it
Well-
has the same aesthetic.
Well, it's
I would
it's an
argue.
I would argue it's an improved aesthetic. Like it's inspired by Tron, but then takes it to another level. That's the
Yeah,
thing
like-
you can do with
Like
Explorers.
drastically improved.
Well, and that's why Tron Legacy Explorers, where
Yes.
it's like, you know, Tron did not mean to make Flynn an absentee father, but Tron Legacy capitalized on that concept. With Explorers, that plays with Ben's idea of like Ethan Hawke having left. Maybe he doesn't leave with them at the end of Explorers. Maybe he never gets over the fact that he met aliens and it fucking sucked. So he lives his life. He's got a crush on a girl in this movie in Explorers. Maybe he marries her. They have a kid. And then he steals the technology from the nerd, builds another bubble, and effing leaves. And so now the young kid makes new friends, finds the technology in the basement of his dad's old place. They build a bubble, and he's going out into space, not to find aliens, to find his father. So then you got like a whole kind of like interesting, you know, like it's for the kids to build, like to see them doing goofy kids shit. But for the adults to be like, oh my God, I love my kids. Woo-hoo-hoo. Like, but also you get a
Right.
chance to make the aliens right this time. I mean, like when I say right this time, it is a revolution. Like when you see the articulation and the effects on that alien, it's so crushingly frustrating because it's on one hand a marvel. They made an alien inspired by Chuck Jones come to life. On the other hand, they did that. So like,
right.
you know, you take the
It's
good
like
and the bad.
technically impressive,
Yes, I'm like, I
but
hate this.
disappointing. Yeah.
Well done.
You worked really hard and put a lot of time and effort and skill into
Yeah.
making this thing that
This
I hate.
I
Good
can
job.
see the work on the screen, and I don't want to see it ever again. But like that's yeah. So I Tron
Well, that's
Legacy Explorers. It's a movie where like there's no way they're gonna make a sequel to this. There's no way anyone would ever want to see anything like this, and it's completely unasked for, like a sequel to Tron.
So the last franchise I have that I want to reboot or have another movie too, because I never got to say this, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes. Oh, you are in dangerous waters, my friend.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I want it
What's the
to
pitch?
continue. I want it to be a musical.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want Seymour to come back.
Okay.
And Seymour's
Okay.
either going to be
You have to.
adamantly fighting against people trying to grow these plants,
Uh-huh.
or Seymour snaps.
Right.
Maybe Seymour loses Audrey.
Mm.
And
Well-
he's like, the world has gone to shit. There's only one thing we can do, is it's reset. And there's only
Mhm.
one way I know how to do that, where there'll still be life on Earth.
Right. Is to give it to the plants. Now, you know that Little Shop of Horrors' real ending is that Audrey dies and Seymour dies too, right? Like you like
yes, no, I'm aware.
But you're talking about the Frank Oz movie, like the theatrical version, where like Seymour and Audrey live happily ever after, but there's an implication that the plant maybe have survived. I mean,
Right.
it's not implied. The plant survives, or at least there's another one. But yeah, that's okay. You completely
I mean,
understood
I
the
can't believe
assignment
that
because
hasn't already happened,
well,
right? Like,
yeah,
how is there not a sequel to that?
because that movie made a buck.
Yeah.
Like it was a complete and utter failure. It, it was a failure financially. It is an A+ movie. It does
Yeah.
everything right. Everything
If
about that
someone is
movie is
watching this
perfect.
show right now and has not seen Little Shop of Horrors,
Pause it
do
and
yourself a
watch Little Shop
favor.
of Horrors.
Watch
Yes,
Little Shop of Horrors. You deserve to have that enjoyment.
you do. You do. It's my favorite Broadway musical. It is a fantastic movie adaptation, and you will be, if you know nothing about it, look nothing up. You will be delighted by the surprises you see every single time.
Or not, because I do not like that movie.
It's outrageous.
You also don't like musicals.
That's true.
I don't. I do like some musicals. I like The Lion King and stuff. But I don't like real musicals. No.
I mean, I guess
Right.
yes, that's a musical.
Yeah, you like Disney musicals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney.
The Lion King's
cartoon
also a little more serious than Little Shop of Horrors. It's
movies. Yeah,
Hamlet.
I think I don't like absurd, silly musicals. Although I did like Singing in the Rain. Like I like some of those classics. But yeah, it's also possible that I was like, this is why you should never give people movie recommendations, because like so many people talked about how great it was, and I'm like, are we talking about the same
Yeah.
thing? Because I watched it and I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, you also
Now-
don't love the Ninja Turtles movie. So it's like, these are
I
things
do.
that
I
are
really
lost-
liked when I was a kid. I loved the Ninja Turtles movie. I didn't remember the Ninja Turtles movie as an adult. I remembered like specific things that I saw when I was so young,
Nah.
and it just didn't stick with me. I guess because I didn't see it again. I don't know.
Maybe because Sal and I have musical theater backgrounds from high school.
That could be.
Like
I mean,
that sort
lots of people
rings
love
in a
those
certain spot.
love that
Yeah.
movie and the play, right?
It's
I'm not,
true.
but I also
Yeah.
don't like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, for a very similar
Yeah.
reason. And other
Yeah.
people love that, so it's like, yeah, I don't have that thing that
I'm not
musical
wild about the
theater
Rocky
people
Horror
have.
Picture Show, but
I'll say
I
this.
appreciate it.
I didn't like the Rocky Horror Picture Show until I went and saw it in a theater with people. Then I was like, oh, it's an experience. And now I get it. But if I
Right.
saw it on TV and I didn't have any context for that, I'd be like, this is just weird.
I think
Yeah.
if I saw Little Shop of Horrors on Broadway, I would think it was great. I
would
think
love
if
it.
that had been my first experience, I
Yeah.
think I just didn't get it as a movie. I was like, what?
Interesting.
Or I was expecting something else based on what people said about it. I don't know. But in any
Yeah.
case,
Oh, and of course we have to redo Titanic.
We need a sequel to Titanic, big time.
we do need a
Kidding.
sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ghost ship and it rises up.
I mean, there have been those.
Sure, why not?
Like those. I've seen those before. Like there is I
Yeah.
think there are like Asylum Press, Titanic sequels.
Probably.
But ugh.
What was that joke? It was the Superman book that we had, where like the Titanic was in
Yes.
fortress.
It's in the fortress. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that
James Cameron goes
Titanic?
down. What the hell?
Yeah. No, Superman can't have this. If anyone's
They've
gonna own the
taken the
Titanic, it's me. That dude. That's a national treasure movie I want to see. Oh, they stole the Titanic.
we have to get the
It's not even
Titanic back.
American.
No, you gotta go. You
It
gotta
could be
go
a
global
British
with it.
National Treasure movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be their equivalent of National Treasure.
They stole the Magna Carta.
I feel like in Britain, people would be like, so? What? Who cares?
Knock yourself out. Yeah, that's fair. Jumping into a couple. By the way, if you would like to ask us a question or have it read on this show or have it be a segment of its own over on patreon.com/ComicPop, go to patreon.com/ComicPop and ask yourself a question over here, because we have a few and I'd love to bring it up here. Let's see. We have just some guy with a mustache asks, was there ever a Transformer when you were a kid that caught your eye? Is there a Transformer that catches your eye now? For both, you don't need to say the name, just what they turn into. But I think you have to say the name.
Starscream.
No.
Really? Well, yeah, Starscream. Good for you. Good.
Starscream.
Good
I
show,
mean,
man.
just an awesome freaking jet. I hate how he sounds. I love the look of him.
He looks amazing. Yeah.
He does look cool.
You don't have any, Ethan, there's no like a Transformer you're like, this one's dope. He's cool
I
looking.
feel like when I was a kid, I had an appreciation for Transformers. I never saw the show. I saw the toys around, but I never had one. And so to me, that was just they were all just the same. They were all just like things that turn into other things, and that's like a cool idea, I guess. But I couldn't really. I knew I was
Appreciate it.
going to have one, and
Mhm.
I didn't really want one all that badly.
Mhm.
So yeah, the only one I ever had that I appreciated was a McDonald's toy hamburger that turned into.
I had that. I had the hamburger. My friend, I think my cousin had the fries.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know those. I remember those as well.
Someone had a shake.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
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 But yeah, I also
So
had that hamburger. That hamburger was great.
the
Yeah, it
hamburger was
was
great.
awesome.
It's very simple, but great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later as a high school age person, or maybe it was college. I was probably in college at this point. Someone gave me a transformer that turned into a TIE fighter, and it was like a Darth Vader that turned into a TIE fighter.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the Darth Vader's TIE fighter,
They've
and that was
occasionally
cool.
made some of those like cross-property transformers. Like there is a transformer for the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Ecto
That's
One has a
cool.
transformer as
Oh, that's
well,
dope.
and it's
Yeah.
cool. Uh, my transformer is a Decepticon of all creations, just like Ben's. It's
Mm.
Shockwave. Loved Shockwave.
The
Yeah.
boombox?
Yep.
Hmm?
The boombox?
No, no, that's Soundwave.
Oh,
Oh, Soundwave. I was
who's
thinking Soundwave as
Shockwave?
well.
Shockwave is purple, and he looks like like a trapezoid. He's got like a dot in the center, and he talks
Mm.
like this. He's like, "Oh, Megatron, come with me." It's a ridiculous voice. He looks awesome.
Okay.
My favorite version of Shockwave is there's a Marvel Comics cover of Shockwave, and he's standing against a brick wall, and etched into the brick wall is the Transformers are dead. And
Oh, wow.
Shockwave with no expression because he's just a blank screen with a dot in the center, just
Right.
looking at you. It's scary as hell. He's a cool looking guy. I love that guy. He's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one time, they didn't do. Like, I think Shockwave appears in some of the Bay Transformers, but
Probably they
morphed into garbage. But
right.
then in Bumblebee, redemption for all the Transformers, the opening sequence, all this
Well,
awesome stuff's happening, seeing everything you've always wanted to see, and then up on a hill is Shockwave going like, "Ha ha!" I'm like, he even sounds like Shockwave. You did it. So yeah, those are our
okay.
Transformers picks. And finally, as an odd question, I thought we love Settlers of Catan over here. Been playing it forever. It's my favorite board game. I think it's safe to say a game that I definitely was hard sold on. It was a game where I was like, "Oh, Discovery,
this is the
Settlement, and
thing.
Trade. Oh, stop me! You had me at Discovery." But it is really fun. I love
Not
this game.
really
It's amazing.
Discovery. I don't
That's what Klaus Truber says it's all about.
I
But
know, but it's objectively not
objectively,
correct.
it's about trade.
Well, you're discovering the land. It's just,
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
as
'cause I
people
can
see the land ahead of time.
yeah,
right.
I guess the characters that you presume are you're controlling are
Yeah,
discovering things. They're just
Yeah.
doing it in the direction you tell them to go.
exactly. But my point being, what I've discovered over the years that there are like variants on Catan. Like with Catan's success, Catan has been able to make different variants on Catan. The most recent one that I made an acquisition of is Star Trek Catan. Star Trek Catan, which I have not yet played, but is set in the like TOS timeline. So it's not, it's just that version of Star Trek,
Yeah.
which I'm like, does it need to be that distinct? But okay. But like, what if you could pitch a variation like Monopoly? Because I've always been like, man, I love the property that Monopoly's tied up with. Too bad it has to be Monopoly. Like Simpsons Monopoly, cool. Change the game though because
Yeah, I
Monopoly
don't really
blows.
want to play Monopoly. Yeah.
Nope, but I'm still like, yeah. I think there's a Firefly Monopoly, and I'm like, I'm never
There's
gonna
an
play.
everything
Stop trying to
Monopoly.
trick me into playing Monopoly. I hate this
Yeah.
game.
No, thank you.
Right.
I'll play Simpsons Hit and Run. Thank you.
Where is the sequel to Hit and Run? GTA Simpsons? More, please. Say less. But we're not here to talk about Simpsons Hit and Run
Right.
now. But I will
Or
write that
GTA.
down for next time. So,
Yeah.
what's your variation? What's your like? Oh, like you see this on the shelf and you're like, I can't believe this is here. I'm buying this right now.
Catan Empires, where you play the game over multiple sittings. So the first round is the normal game of Catan.
Okay.
Once that game ends, the pieces in the board stay as they are. So like you have a map of where everything was, where who was going on and like who won, the settlements, the lands, and all of that. The next time you come back, the land is played out the exact same way, but this time it's an age later, and there has been
Like
differences
ruins?
of
Like
kind
Age
of
of Empires,
not
where like
necessarily Age of Empires.
technology
No, it's
progresses or
that this
civilization.
empire was like this was the winner, so this one has the technological rule or the staying power, so it gets to expand a little bit larger, and
Okay.
the ones that didn't sort of become more nomadic. So there's a little bit more moving around where they can sort of collect resources from different areas. But the land also changes based on random factors. So like maybe there was a woods that you roll
Uh-huh.
a random die on, and like now it's arid, now it's going to be desert, or now it's going to turn into a ore factory because it was mined too much or cut down too much. And maybe there was a river, and the river has resources and it floods this other area, and now you have a plains area. So you can change the topography of the map. The numbers stay the same, but the resources are now evolving.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I got
Okay.
you.
That's
I got you.
that's
That's a
crazy.
very much more complicated version of Catan, but that is a cool idea.
Yeah.
Now, you
Yeah.
could do it where it's not multiple play sessions. You just have stages, essentially. So, like,
Right.
Mhm.
stage one, like, instead of getting to, like, 10 points, it's the first person to 6 points. But the points have to be, like, reduced of how you normally get it. You're not going to get a point for every settlement. You're going to get a point for every city. You're going to
Yeah.
point for longest road, those kinds of things. It's going to change it so that
Yeah.
you can still, like, revert. And maybe the cities that you were on, maybe
Uh-huh.
now they're getting pillaged. So, like, you have to roll something random on it. Instead of getting 2 of every resource, well, maybe the trade is dried up. Now you're only getting 1 for those resources.
Mhm.
And it's going to be a random based element that can change it. The whole idea, the concept of my head was sort of Sim City,
Mhm.
and the version of Sim City that used to have monsters attack it. And you didn't know what was going to happen when you were playing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
That's why
Okay.
I
want that
compared it
sort
to
of,
like
yeah.
Age of Empires, because that's a game or Civilization, where you start out in one place, but by the end of the game, you're in a totally different era, and the technology is different, the resources are different, like everything's different
Right.
because it's like,
That's very fair. I've never played Age of Empires or
mm.
Civilization,
That's
so it makes a lot
amazing
of
because you
sense.
used empires as your description for what it is.
Yeah,
It's
because it's the
fantastic.
whole idea with Age of Empires is like well, there was civilization progresses, so there was the Egyptian Empire and the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, and they're at different levels of technology, and like the peoples are still there.
Right.
So what if you just played as someone who like persisted through all those times, and how would you react, and how would you adapt to these changes that occur? And civilization's like the same thing. So
Yeah, it's
Right.
very similar to that.
That's
yeah, that's
awesome.
So
cool.
like someone
Yeah.
plays a faction, and I had this weird element in my head where like if some faction eventually dies out, they could sort of rejoin the largest one,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but
You'd
there's
have it
always the
because
risk of a
because
coup.
yeah, you need a mechanic like that, because like the power that succeeded at the end of the previous round is going to have an advantage going to the next, right? Like, so you need some way to like balance it
Even
out or
things
even it
out.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Or
Lord
I
of the
mean, you could,
Rings.
because I think Lord of the Rings is cool.
Well, and you could have different resources like
Like what?
mithril
Oh
and
yeah, Mithril. Yeah,
you know
yeah.
kind of
Lembas
cool.
bread.
Lembas.
Like and instead of the robber, it's a ring wraith, and
Yeah.
maybe if you have like there's an element where like there's the one ring like it's a piece in the game and it like rotates, like if you have the one ring and the robber hits you, like I don't know, like maybe like if you have the one ring the robber can't like affect you, so you have to still
Mm,
move,
right.
just
Yeah, that's
something
cool.
like that.
Or if you have the one ring, you get some other advantage. But then if the robber attacks you, you just automatically lose because it takes the ring or
Well,
something. I
sure,
don't know.
yeah,
Something
or
really
like
bad happens.
or you lose like a resource or so, you
Yeah,
lose a card, I don't
you lose a
know,
card or something. Yeah,
you
Or like
automatically lose
maybe
it.
maybe you lose settlements and they no longer gain resources until like,
yeah,
someone else gets the ring and you're free of it.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, or something.
yeah,
I,
but
I
it's
could definitely see it where like everyone around the table is trying to destroy the ring,
yeah,
and the robber and everyone else is trying to like capture
get
it.
it.
So like if you're in control of the ring, yes, it gives you some advantages, but it also gives a disadvantage. And then
Right.
like you have to pass it along to people. It's sort of like a trade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I
guess
Mm.
like that.
I guess there's and like the building mechanisms, all the same mechanisms, but like maybe the building, it's like because you're building, like roads and settlements, but maybe instead of settlements, you're building like roads, like but you're trying to get to someplace like Mount Doom or something like that. So but you have to build your way there.
Oh, so you change the map.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
would obviously be like the map would be Middle Earth. Like there'd be like a
Oh, yeah.
frame,
Okay.
and then you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
like put resources in the map
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
that fit
Okay.
the frame.
I
I
like
like
that.
that.
I
That's
think that'd be
cool.
kind of fun.
I'm surprised that doesn't exist, actually.
Yeah. I'm
You're
gonna
like,
look
wait,
it up.
maybe it does.
Oh no, it's right here. Damn it.
No, no. Okay.
Okay.
This
All
isn't
right.
this isn't like the Running Man. We're all right.
Right. Cool. Man, what would I do? Yeah, I had all that time to think, and
Oh, you were actively listening, so
the only thing that comes to mind, I don't think it really works that well, would be The Expanse. Because I was trying to think of like another space-based one. You guys probably didn't watch The Expanse,
I
but
did. I watched it with you.
oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, okay. They don't really go into like resources a whole lot, but there is
you can extrapolate it.
yeah, like building things matters, right? Like strategic places matter. Like where you have colonies and where you can rearm and resupply is like an important concept in that series.
Yeah.
So I feel like it could be adapted, and it's like asteroids and stuff and planets and whatnot.
I feel like you could have a much larger map if that was the case. Like
Mm,
space travel gets a little a little
That's
easier.
fair.
Like, all
Yeah.
right, if I want to access this, I have to get there, but like instead of building a road and it takes forever, I can build like a warp jump. And like it'll take
Yeah,
me 2
or
turns, but I get there.
yeah, like a travel lane, that
Something.
exists from like you map a gravity slingshot location or something that helps you
Yeah.
get to that location, because they don't really have like they stick within known physics, so there's no warping, so it's just
Well, I mean,
No,
it's just
there
like
is the wormhole.
there. Yeah, yes, that's true. You'd have to incorporate that in some way. Yes.
But yeah, very much of like, oh, we're just accelerating through space and now we have to turn around and decelerate and like
Yeah,
but
I was
there's
thinking like within the solar system, but yes,
right.
you're right. When they have later on, when they access the wormhole, or I don't forget what they even call it, but the place where you can get to all the different other
like the jump
planets.
point or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be maybe a better way to do it. Yeah, because
Well,
that really is like a land rush. It's like everyone go out and find all the resources you can and colonize as fast as you possibly can, which is kind of
Gotcha.
that's very much Catan. It would be hard to do unless you had multiple maps, but I like the idea of staying in the solar system, or at least like the inner solar system. Like, don't go as
Yeah.
far out as Jupiter. It's
Right.
like
yeah, like the asteroid
Earth,
belt,
Mars,
or maybe just as far as
the belt.
Jupiter and like the moons, but not farther, because it's harder to do stuff.
Yeah.
Further up there.
No, I think that has a lot of potential, and especially if you have like different pockets for the asteroids or different factions in there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mhm.
Because
And that
like
can be
it's all about the
randomized.
factions. Like there's 3 main factions in the show. You could do like 4 or 5, like just invent a couple more so you can have more people. But yeah, the land rush aspect and the like control of territory and whatnot is kind of in there. It's not like the greatest fit, but there's not
Right.
a lot that's a great fit for Catan, except like really broad general ideas like Ben's, where it's not like trying to adapt a specific property,
Yeah.
but more like a concept.
Yeah. Interesting.
I
There you
like
go.
that. I like that if you could do it where you would randomize, like, if you had 3 different factions, who's mostly in power, and it's going to change like how much their control or their, I hate to use the word, their expanse is.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like if influence, that's exactly it. So like how much influence
Mhm.
they have in that sector, like what you get from that, if it overlaps with other things, clearly like one person's going to have more control, but it's going to change like every round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to
Yeah.
be random. You never know if it's going to be like the same one or if it's going to be something else. It's going to be a dice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
good work. A heavily modified version of Catan.
Right. Yeah. Well, and what's funny is like there are so many other versions of Catan that have like
Yeah.
gone out there, like Cities and Knights and Seafarers and Starfarers and all this other stuff. And it's like at some point, are they going to lose me? You know, it's
Mhm.
more like I just want like just slight modifications. No, you stop drilling. Stop adding more crap. Like for me, Catan is like it's the
Mostly a
short product.
reskin
Yeah,
with a little
mostly a
bit, yeah.
reskin, but like with a couple of like fun elements, almost like just incorporated house rules. You know, like we have a
Mhm.
couple of house rules ourselves. I'm sure a million other people do. Uh,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, just a little reskin. You know, just something a little fun. But yeah, I like I like how much thought is going into it, where it's like no. If we're
Or
redesigning Catan,
remake the whole game.
yeah,
Yeah.
just throw it out. Here we go. But yeah, but if you haven't played Catan, ladies and gentlemen, you should. It's a lot of fun. Get 3 friends together and play that game. It's something I like to do at least a couple times a year. It's something I used to do every weekend. But you know, it's hard to get people to do that again. But folks, that's it. We did it. Another episode of No Comic Required
Woo!
in the can. We want to thank our amazing hosts for doing this show. Thank you for watching. Thanks to our patrons for sponsoring to the show and also asking questions. Throw your questions over on patreon.com/comicpop. Maybe you'll see yours asked on this very show. So there you have it, everybody. We'll see you guys next time in another episode of No Comic Required. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time here on this channel or on youtube.com/comicpop with more of these folks. Next time, I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.